We're just gonna talk about the whole weekend. My first time doing really any competitive driving in any form. The weekend started off, the road trip there. It's about 2.5 hours, 3 hours from here. The trip there was actually lovely. The car was great, nothing happened. We took the back window out of the car. That will be important for later. I killed it. But on the trip there, it was sunny, it was nice. The heater worked good, wasn't too bad. It got a little bit windy once we got closer to the track because we went to the track day on Saturday, then the Autocross was on Sunday. So as we went to the track, it was a little windy, which is also foreshadowing, but yeah, so I went to the track day just to watch. I was gonna do that event first, that was the plan. The slot I needed filled up. So I said, you know what, let's just shake down the car at Autocross. I needed to go to Utah to film some things anyways, so that was it. So we got to the track on Saturday, and oh my lord, it was a Category 5 hurricane. I can play you some of the footage. It's just wind noise. Like, you actually can't hear anything else. You can't even hear the cars, which were, I mean, they were loud in person, but it was also very, very windy. I was hoping to get an interview or get a ride along in one of the race cars, like real race cars, not like my thrown together Miata, but that didn't happen because it was so windy. It was just unpleasant to be there. I mean, you know, we didn't really feel like hanging out. It wasn't too bad comparing it to Sunday. We get back to the hotel Sunday morning, have to be at Autocross by 8. Hopefully it starts at 9 or 9:30 would be first car on track. So Saturday, after the wind, we got back to the hotel. It then started pouring rain. Now remember when I said the back window was not in it? We had to go buy a tarp and cover the car for the night. We're like, okay. At first the forecast just said rain Saturday night, clear on Sunday, hopefully it'd dry up. Wrong. That was very wrong. Oh my God, I've never been colder in my life. So we get there. Well, the drive there is eventful. My windshield wipers don't work. Don't need those. We get there. It is okay when we get there. About 10 minutes later, starts snowing sideways. Hailing, sleet, what are their adjectives? Cold, freezing.
Wet.
Yeah, it was just wet and cold the whole time. So the first car doesn't get on track till about 10 o'clock-ish after the driver's meeting and the course walk. First run out. The car works great. We get in the car. Me and my brother were driving, so I can explain all of it. I have all 6 runs on video. So you can see how wet the track was. So first run out, never driven performance anything before. Jax. I believe it had stopped raining at that point. This is my first time ever driving competitively, trying to drive fast around a track. So it's just kind of go out and, you know, see how the car behaves, see how much grip I actually had, you know, if I had to hit the brakes on this like small autocross track, where I had to brake, you know, what the zones were, which part was more slippy than the other parts. So we go out and we run a 64. My girlfriend was riding past her. She said it felt slow. I felt like I was going 100%, but that's all right. So we get back, we look at the timing. The other car in our class that had already gone had run a 56 point whatever. So we were 8 seconds off the pace in our class, which that's a little rough. So we were a 2-driver car, which we now know that you're supposed to switch every run, but we didn't know that. So I go out for run 2. My second run is 7 seconds faster than my first run. So we're still a second back to, it was an MRS, so like the 2000s MR2. So like a 3rd gen MR2, we're about a second off, which is like, okay, that's second in class at the moment. Second run was much better. I was not afraid of the car. Lots of oversteer, you know, lots of correction, but it's wet. I mean, that's kind of what you get in a rear-wheel drive car no matter what. But second run felt good, felt hooked up, and, you know, just went through it. Run 3 was my brother's first run. Same thing, kind of just a sight lap. You know, go out and see how's the track, how's the grip, how's the car. Like, you know, new car, new build. How's it going to behave? How's it going to perform? So he runs a 60. So he's about 3 seconds off of me, 4 seconds off the leader. His second run out, so we kept him for run 4. He was also in the car. His second run out, he went 4/10 faster than me. So he was second in class, I was third in class. Still, I think close to a second behind the MRS. There are, I believe, 6 or 7 people in our class. So second and third in class. First time either of us in real life have gone out to drive. We both have a lot of sim racing experience, so maybe that helps. It definitely does. I mean, it's crazy. I'll talk about that at the end. So he goes out, he goes 4/10 faster than me. I'm like, okay, I can't let my little brother beat me in my own car. So we go out for, would be run number 5 for our car, but my third run, my final run. I go out and it had stopped raining, but if you know racing, then you'll know that when it's kind of changing conditions, the track will actually get more slippery as it dries out until it goes all the way dry, because of like, there's no more water on the track, so rubber starts to get put down, and then it started to rain on top of the rubber. So it was super slick. So I was 2 seconds off of my pace. My brother goes out for his third run. That's run number 6. He can't see. The windshield wiper doesn't work. It starts pouring. So he has to abandon the run. I think he also would have been slower just due to the changing conditions. So I am going to sit here and I am going to blame him going faster on the changing weather. I think he had the best weather during his second run. Whether that's true or not, we may never know. We don't have the footage to prove it. Actually, we do. But next event is the 20th and the 21st real track day. I am working towards getting my time trial license or my competition license for NASA. So I have to start out in HPD E1. That's where you have an instructor on track. And there's no timing the sessions, so that kind of sucks. You like to know. Usually you can feel whether you go fast or not, so it should be okay. So it'll be HPD E1 for this weekend. I've got a couple more things to tie up on the car before we get out there. So how it's gonna work is I'm gonna do HPD 1/2 this weekend. Or not this weekend, but that event, which should be enough to get me bumped up to 3 for the next weekend, or the next event. So then you do 3, I think, for 1 or 2 weekends. And then once you're in 4, you have you can run time trial once you get to HPD 4. Basically, you have an instructor sign off saying, I'm not going to crash into anybody. Then you can, start actually performing. So that's the goal. I think we're going to start off in TT6 for NASA, for the Utah region. Honestly, I'm just excited to be in competition on a racetrack. Like that's kind of insane that I even get to say that. But yeah, that's all I've got for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Definitely gonna do more of a vlog style for the next video. That means Alexa, my girlfriend, gets to be full-time camera woman at the next event.
I'm not good at that.
Everybody say thanks.
You're welcome.
That's all I got for this one. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, if you wanted to watch a video of me building my Miata for this event, you could click over here. We go through all the parts and stuff. But other than that, that's all I've got, and I will see you in the next video.